Hi guys, Ron here and welcome to the workshop. Today's video is going to be a bit about hydration and a bit about the tech behind it. So in this box here I have my new additions in terms of bottle cages and bottles. So let's start with the bottle. It's a very important thing that many people overlook. Generally people like purchasing all kinds of cheap crappy bottles, but there are many problems with that. So first, they can really make the taste of your drink go bad. They can attract dirt and molds on the inside, which is not very ideal in terms of health. And of course, how you drink from it, how it holds in the bottle cage so it's secure, the durability, etc. So for the last year or so, I've been using CamelBak bottles. These are really high quality, durable bottles. However, they are quite expensive and not as light as some other options that I'm going to show you. But the biggest problem is after a while they get moldy and they're very hard to clean afterwards. So the nozzle on the rubber gets a mold in it. You can't really get rid of it. And also if you look on the inside, you know, the threads here, those rough surfaces also attract molds and they're very hard to clean afterwards. So it's a good choice, but recently I've also tried the Elite Fly bottles, which are super light. Basically it's half the weight of the CamelBak bottle. At my pricing it may differ for you, but I can buy 2.5 Fly bottles for a price of one CamelBak bottle. They're easy to drink from because you just pull the little nozzle with your teeth. The filling opening is much larger, and importantly the surface of the bottle from inside and out is mostly smooth, so it doesn't attract molds. And also this part, the inside of where the threads are, it's also smooth, so shouldn't attract molds. And same for the nozzle, which has a large diameter, very easy to clean. And of course it's super lightweight, that also counts. I'm not a weight weenie, but still these things do matter and can add up. And they're cheap as well also, so even if they don't last too long, which, well, the plastic, the bottle itself much more squeezable, much thinner, maybe they won't last so long, but they're much cheaper, so that should be equal. So high quality bottles, that's the first thing. And then also you want a reliable hold on your bottle cages. Now mine are going a bit worn, so, and my neck trays will have a cobbled section, so I decided to invest in some new ones. So on the road bike I'm going to put these NV cages. And then for the cross bike / gravel bike and mixed terrain road bike, it is now in the summer, I'm going to use these Arundel mandible bottles. I really like them, and I saw them in one of my clients' bikes, except this is the unidirectional version, and these cages are rumored to have a very high strength grip on the bottle, so ideal for kind of mixed terrain riding. And then for a time trial bike, since it's an extremely small frame, I will definitely benefit from side entry bottles. And again, these are from Arundel. So this is the side loader. If you put this on your down tube, then you take it or you install the bottle from the left. And then there's the other side loader, which you put on a C tube, again to have it on the left, or you can mix them up to have them on the right. So yeah, high quality cages, that's part of the thing, because launched bottles they're dangerous. They can compromise your race in terms of hydration, and yeah, when they fail, you can end up dehydrated. So that's why it's important to have good quality bottles and bottle cages. These are items that you don't have to buy very often. Well, the bottle cages at least, So it's definitely worth having some quality items here. Okay, I have the cages now installed on the cross bike and on the road bike. The TT bike is upstairs on the trainer, so let's just install those. Okay, the time trial bike now, also fitted up with the side loaders for easy access, as you can see. Very small frame. Now, normally this will be my training setup, so 2 balls, 2 big ones. Of course, that's not what you want for a time trial, because well, in the very short one you don't need to drink at all, and when, in longer ones, 40k ones, you can still go with 1 bottle. For that I use an Elite Aero bottle, but I don't like to use that for training because it's just half a liter, so that won't get you too far in the summer. And also I have found the tendency of that bottle to leak at the bite valve. So, or no, it doesn't have a bite valve, but it does have a little membrane in there, and if you go over rough roads it's leaking, and you can see the drink is splashing all over the bike, and it's sugary, so it's sticky and it's just messy. So standard bottles for time trial training. I'm showing you the way I carry my drinks. Now I'm going to show you what do I drink. So I use SIS nutrition products, gels, electrolyte drink and energy drink. So yeah, basically when to choose what. So as a rule of thumb, I never ride on plain water. I just don't like the taste of it. It's even worse when it's hot and it doesn't motivate you to drink. So it's easier to get dehydrated. I prefer to always have electrolyte drink when it's warm. I say 20 degrees plus, or energy drink below that. And that way you need fewer gels. You don't have to worry about bonking. If I knock on wood, I can say that I've never bonked in my life, so I always pay attention to that. And yes, at the first race report I've done this year, some people have asked that what kind of amateur I am, that I only took 1 bottle for a 3-hour race. Well, it was 3 degrees Celsius, you know. Water intake is not something that is constant, so yeah, the human body is 70% water, I'm sure you all know that. So you have to really keep topping that up to perform well. Yes, that's one thing, but if you don't sweat, if you don't lose water, then you don't need to replenish it as much. Otherwise you're just bloating yourself, being heavy and feeling bad. So yeah, you have to really try it out in training to see how much water you need for what kind of duration and what kind of temperature. It's also important, of course it doesn't go directly with hydration, but it's important to not overdress, because I see many people riding around at, I don't know, at say 12 degrees in full winter kit, and it's no wonder then you overcook yourself if you do that. So yeah, hydration wise, why do I use CIS products? Well, it's because of convenience really. This is what I have good access to and good prices. I haven't really tried anything else, to be honest, but I like their products, I like their flavors. And if we also go into the gels, I prefer to only do gels when riding. I don't do solid food, not even things like those, because I find it uncomfortable to eat solid food while riding. Yeah, so the good thing about these gels, they're not the tastiest ones in the world, that's true, but they're isotonic, so you don't need to worry too much about your water intake with them. Usually I take a Hydro Pack 250 ml, fill it up with 5 of these gels actually fit in there, and then I'm good for the duration of the race. I don't need to refill. And I also do caffeine on race day to give me a bit of a boost. So yeah, I think that's all hydration wise. Some people also use these tablets, but they don't have any sugar in them, just the minerals and the vitamins. I don't know, I prefer to have carbs in there, so as I said, I don't have to worry about bunking. Yeah, so that's pretty much it in terms of hydration product. And now I'm going to show you how do I keep and store my drinks on race day to keep them cool. Okay, so this is how I store my drinks on race day. This is a cooler bag with a cold plate in it, and it has a 12-volt connector for the car and 220 for the normal socket that we use here in Europe. And it's quite a large volume, I think at least 20 liters. What I do is put all my drinks, bidons, orange juice, etc. in here, and put or load it up with 5 kilos of ice roughly, and then that will keep everything cool for the whole day, even when the cold plate is not on. Plus we can plug it in the car and it cools it even further. So actually you can use the same ice for at least 2 or 3 weekends before enough of it melts, so it's no longer usable. But then I have a large freezer at home, I can just pop some more in and make them. So yeah, this is how I keep my drinks cool. And they can be cool basically thanks to the car adapter all the way until my helper arrives at the feed zone. Why is it important to have cold drinks on the go though? It's not very important when the weather is not hot, obviously, but when it is, it not only encourages you to drink more because it tastes better, but more importantly, it lowers your core temperature, and that can really make a difference to your performance. Another thing I wanted to mention, and I forgot to do it previously, you have noticed that probably I only use clear bottles. Why is that? Well, for a number of reasons. They make the drink fractionally colder for longer, but that's not as important. More importantly, it allows your helper to see how much drink do you have left. So if you do a race in circuits, then they can prepare without basically letting you know if you forget or something. And then also it's better for cleaning because you can see on a clear bottle if it's soggy or not. So yeah, that's the main reason, and they fit any bike, particularly my mainly white bikes. They just fit on nicely. So yeah, these are the reasons. Some people also fit ice in their drink at the start, but I find it unnecessary with this little device. Before you ask where I got it, I have no idea. I just found it laying around in the house. So unfortunately I'm not able to help you with that. But yeah, these are my tips regarding race hydration, mounting bottle cages, etc. So everything that has to do with drinking on the bike. So I hope you have found this useful. And if you want to know more about my bike setups or some race and training advice, then don't forget to tune into the channel and subscribe. It's all for today. Thanks for watching and see you next time.